37, 38, 39, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He's going down. Holy cow!
Yo, peace. Welcome back to another episode of Godbody Supernatural Health, Fitness, and Athletics, where we touching on all things supernatural, dealing with the body, all right? Mind, body, and soul. Light by this. All right, so topic of discussion of today, future Hall of Famers who take a stance in what they believe in. Now, we're talking about Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather, and Kyrie Irving. All right. Now, it's a lot of flack that these two have been receiving lately, as far as like the stance that they take, as one taking the jab, which is the vax, and one taking a picture with the individual who's a part of the LGBTQWXY community. All right. So when we're talking about the jab, we're talking about Kyrie Irving. He was benched supposedly, and I guess he was asked to take the actual vaccine. He's like, no. Now you got to remember now, Kyrie Irving is the one who also said that the world was flat, and people laughed at him. For those who don't understand the science of supernaturalness, you have to look at this. People were taken over in this whole world. I'm talking about made slaves. Took their minds, basically, showed them how to think, tried to break them of their spirituality and connection to the Most High, all spirit. Made people in the world subjected to another race. Now, we could build about race because race is big on this. Now, for Kyrie Irving to get flack on not taking this vaccine or whatnot, it stems all the way back to then. Because if he's this important now and all he does is play basketball, just imagine if he was in his righteous element. Basketball is just an expression of sports, an expression of playing, having fun, being childlike while you're grown. He's just playing basketball. And if what his stance is that important in a world of competition, or in a competitive world, which the narc runs it and he's very competitive, then it goes to show you the depth of deception that has been placed upon the masses from everybody then. Because who's really important? Who's really the one? And it just so happened to be a woolly-haired black man with a beard and an afro. And also believed in himself so much that he was willing to leave King James to go and have his own franchise. Like, yo, I have my own balls, man. I have to sit up under yours. Gotta understand this, man. Original people who are kings or emperors or leaders or born with the Most High gifted talent, they actually stand out. They do what they want to do. And even with Floyd Mayweather, now he's not really backed by a certain company. He's dealing with boxing. So he bought his freedom when he was a slave. Y'all have to understand this. You niggas ain't buying your freedom. This man paid $700,000 to get free and believed in himself that much to start from scratch to make billions. Not only that, to make trillions for the world economy. Because every time he fought, if he made 100 million, just imagine the people and the venues that was compensated and generated off of his name and performance alone. A true cash cow in the world. The reason why these beings are getting flack is because they are original people, Ions, people of the Most High. Some people call them Israelites and all these different things, but the Ions, the sacred people. Floyd is a bigger Ion. He's a little man, little person. And they keep showing you this, the strength of a little person in face-to-face combat with one who is always bigger, in different nationalities. And it shows the might of around the world, especially when you're dealing with fighting. Who is the head honcho? And it's dealing with race, because the Most High deals with races, tribes. The word racist, you got to look at the suffix of the word. That's the ending of the word, ist, which is something that involves studying, like a journalist, or something that you do, like a journalist, a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? A psychologist is one who studies psychology. Racist, basically one who studies races. You know, but in real life, race is something that runs and is competitive, and we don't look at races as being anything that's competitive. See, this is where they put you in the mind state of being competitive. We like sports, we love athleticism, we love to go around and play with each other. Yes, that's smooth. This is how we come together. You know, we have the Olympics every 4 years. You know what I mean? This is great. But now we're dealing with a stance in the world, whereas with these beings, it's always with dealing with black people. You know, being the example made of. Now we got white people are actually coming down to it, because Hollywood is falling. So now you're showing real life deaths now, you know, in Hollywood. And now you're going to see the veil is really thin. So that means angelic beings are communicating a lot more. And this world is basically flooded and infested with low vibrational spirits. That's why when you drink liquor, you see they got spirits, you know, spirits, which is liquor, and wine. So spirits and wine. Y'all see that. So what the young people say, that's facts, because that's what it is, you know. So anyhow, in their world, you have to be in it and not of it. Now, you can be in their world, but not of it. I can do the knowledge, I could do this, I could deal inequality, but I know you can't deal inequality with me, because if you was able to generate $100 million like me, then damn, we would have been and took over, right? I mean, like in one night, in 30-something minutes. I'm talking as if I'm Floyd. You got to understand. He's a boxer, so his word is important, right? Anyways, so boxers are considered like the leaders of the world. If you are like a heavyweight champion, then you're like the leader of the world, because man respects the science of boxing. And dealing with, you know, the homosexuality or the transgender episode that happened with Floyd, you have to look at it. It's like, as soon as he refused that should have just been the end of that. But why has to be something that big involving I'm just refusing to pick with a fan? Even if I said you had nails, I can look and be like, man, I ain't taking no pic with you and you got Jordans on. You know what I'm saying? What y'all would have laughed? That's what would have happened. Or the same thing with the nails. It's like, yo, that's it. So now we're looking at an entitlement issue from the perspective and from the point of view of the individual who got turned down. Now this individual is entitled. We're looking at the cluster B personality disorder now. You know, that's dealing with psychopathy. You know, you're dealing with borderline personality. You're dealing with histrionic. Of course, you're dealing with narcissism, because that's in all of them. But a narcissist can't be a psychopath. So sometimes you can have full-blown narcissism, but a psychopath normally is the one who holds all of that. But when you have an entitlement issue, that means you have been enabled throughout your life to get things that you wanted. Not that you deserved, but things that you wanted.
Telling me shit, I gotta lie, I gotta leave, I'm scared of the signs, signs that don't lie, been up all night. In love with the style, oh we showing out, flex, turning all out, fucking up brows,